Hey folks, Jim here from Vaping 411 and thanks for tuning in. So recently I received the new VaporFi Vulk tank. Judging by first impressions, it looks like it's probably designed to compete against the Smok TF-V8. I have yet to vape this thing, but I'll do that with you guys here today, right after this. So before we do an unboxing, let me tell you briefly what the VaporFi Vulk is all about and its specifications. It's got a 26mm diameter and it holds 5 milliliters of e-liquid. It's a stainless steel construction and it also has an outer metal shell around your tank, your glass tank, which gives you that added extra protection in case you drop your mod in tank. It may prevent your glass from breaking. The adjustable airflow is on the bottom. It's a little tight, but there's a little stop on each side. The most notable feature is probably the top fill ability that it has. It's got a hinge and it takes a 1/8 of a turn in order to lock it and unlock it. It's similar to that Sense Blaze, I believe it's called, the other tank with the hinge. Really nice feature. And then you just 1/8 of a turn to lock it back up again. There are 2 filling ports, one on each side. Let me shut this real quick. And putting it side by side with the TF-V8, they look remarkably similar in size. I think the TF-V8 holds about 6 milliliters of e-juice, while the Vulk holds 5. This one's going for about 35 bucks, and this one's going for 40. The Vulk is going for 40. However, there are a lot of discounts available, and I will have one on the bottom of this video for 10% off, which will make the prices comparable. So very similar in design and in size. I'll go ahead and do the unboxing, and then after that we'll go ahead and do a vape test. And here's your VaporFi Vulk box. I'll let you take a look at this real quick. And here's the back. Tells you what comes in the kit, a couple warnings. I'll keep it on the screen just for a second so you guys can take a look at it. And here's your VaporFi Vulk. Included in the tank is your 0.2 ohm Kanthal coil. You also get a 0.6 ohm ceramic coil, 2 O-rings and a drip tip adapter, and your VaporFi Quick Start Guide in English and in Spanish. The Vulk measures 63 millimeters by 26 millimeters. The VaporFi Vulk comes pre-installed with a 0.2 ohm atomizer here on my left, and an additional 0.6 ohm atomizer on my right. Each coil has 4 large juice ports and an open pathway at the base of each coil for easy airflow. The 0.6 ohm coil setup is a reverse sandwich style Kanthal coil that is designed for optimum flavor. The wicking ports are made of ceramic and the coil is rated for 50 to 100 watts. The 0.2 ohm coil is also made of Kanthal with the wattage range spanning 60 to 200 watts. It has a vertical coil orientation in a tri-parallel setting designed for massive cloud production. So before we test out the Vulk, let me tell you what e-liquid I'll be using with the Vape Juice Spotlight.
Vape Juice Spotlight.
Yes, folks. Today's Vape Juice Spotlight is on Black Unicorn. The good thing about this company, guys, is that they only use U.S. supplies. They're based out of Los Angeles and they were established in 2016. They have 11 different flavors and it's an 80 VG 20 PG blend. Their e-juice sizes come in 60 milliliters and 100 milliliters. I've got 4 out of the 11 flavors that they have available, and I'll explain each of these different flavors for you, and this is what we're going to be vaping on. The first flavor I want to talk about is the Uni Apple flavor, and as you can tell by the logo here, it's got a combination of red and green apples. The taste is that of sweet, crisp apples, and this is by far my favorite of the 4 flavors that I've tried from Black Unicorn. My second favorite flavor is that of Unidew, and Unidew is a combination of honeydew and berries, mainly just strawberries. This is a nice, warm, sweet flavor, very fruity, great for summertime vapes, outstanding flavor. The Unichew is a combination of a fruit and candy type of flavor. On the inhale, you get a nice, sweet, sugary strawberry flavor, but on the exhale, you get that tart, sour type of finish that you find in some candies. And our last flavor is the Uni Loop, and as you can tell by the logo here, this is a cereal-based flavor. If you've ever had Fruit Loops before and trying to find an e-juice flavor that matches that, this is the one to get. I have yet to try any kind of vape juice out there that came this close. Absolutely phenomenal. If you love Fruit Loops, you've got to try Uni Loop. So I've got the 0.6 ohm coil installed in the Vulk. I've got the 0.2 ohm coil in my hand. We're actually going to vape both of these different coils. We're going to do the 0.6 one first. Now remember, this one's designed for flavor, and it's rated between 50 to 100 watts. Now you want to ease up into the higher wattage when you first start using this coil. So I'm going to start up at 50 watts and see how it vapes. This could go much higher. So let's go ahead, and I won't go up to 100, but we'll take it up to about, let's see, about 80, 85. Let's see here. What's up, Augie? That's my dog, folks, that you're hearing back there. All right, I got it at 87 watts, so let's try it now. You know, it still seems like it'd go higher than that. Now the ceramic coil that's inside here is supposed to be designed for that enhanced flavor. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really getting an enhanced flavor. Actually, maybe a little bit less flavor than I'm used to getting in most other coils in similar tanks. So I'm kind of curious as to why they advertise this as the flavor coil when I'm not getting much flavor at all out of this. I'm hoping the 0.2 ohm coil does a better job. Let me go ahead and swap these things out and I'll be right back. All right, so now I have the 0.2 ohm coil installed and the 0.6 ohm coil here on standby. I did switch my mods for two reasons. One, my battery's dying out on my Alien. And two, I wanted to show you the difference of what it may be between this and the Smok TF-V8, because I do believe that the Vulk was created as a competitor to the Smok TF-V8. So I'm using the Tesla Invader 3. Let's go ahead and see how the 0.2 ohm coil works. And it looks like I've got the potentiometer about 3/4 of the way up. It looks like it could take more than that. The vapor production is fine, but the flavor's not there in either of the coils. I'm just not getting that flavor. And I've tried that Black Unicorn in a variety of different tanks, and that flavor just pops out. It's a phenomenal flavor, and I think I forgot to mention that their e-juice is made in an FDA-registered lab. So it's a great company, great juice. I'm not getting those flavors out of this tank. I don't know why. I've tried it with the Smok TF-V8. I've tried it with the E-Leaf iJust S. Works phenomenally. The flavors stand out. All I'm getting here is vapor. Hardly any flavor at all. It's strange. All right. Anyway, let's compare the vapor and flavor production between the Vulk and the TF-V8. Here we go. All right, so the flavor, minimal. Scale of 0 to 10, as far as how the flavor pops out, I put it at about a 3.5 to 4, literally. Okay, so now I got the Smok TF-V8, and I'm using the TF-V8. What coils am I using? The V8 Q4 coils. Burn a little hot, but the flavor, boy, it's just popping out. It's popping out of there. So I don't know what it is, folks. I don't know what it is with the Vulk. It's I want to like it, but the flavor's not there. There's a lot of things I do like about this thing. I like the little metal shell around the tank. The glass tank. It really needs that, because I've dropped my stuff all the time, and I've broke plenty of tanks, the glass tanks, by dropping it. This little shell here will give that added extra protection. The hinge is great. I think all tanks need to have something like this. What I don't like about the TF-V8 is that little seal that they have in the front there on top of your top fill. That always seems to start warping, or it pops out and it's a bitch to get back on, and you got to get replacement seals for it. This one has a seal that kind of stays in place. Really nice feature to have. There is a gap between the bottom and the mod. You could fit probably 2 sheets of paper in it, so that's nothing. If you're wanting a tank that lays flush with your mod, this ain't gonna do it. It doesn't have an RBA option. You just get 2 coils. You don't get an extra glass tank either, and it's going for about $5 more than a Smok TF-V8. So overall, I would say avoid this one. Don't get it. Get something else. If you're just looking for vapor, then maybe this is something that you'd be interested in. But if you want the flavor to go with it, I'd find something else. I do appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe, like me on Facebook, and I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. The button's right over there. Thanks.